turns, 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green.
Hello and welcome into tonight's race, or I should say today's race. It's only 5 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we've got the Battle of the Leagues coming up for you tonight. We got 6 different iRacing leagues battling it out here in the next gen cars, and I've got a friend in the booth with me. Say hello to the fans out there, Christian Taylor.
Hello, everybody. Looking forward to a great Battle of the League action here. We got 6 leagues ready to go. And if Jesse's good with it, I'm going to go ahead and do the list of the leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear them.
All righty. So, as you'll see, as qualifying times take the board, of course, on the screen right now, you have the 7 of Jared Skinner. He's from the Superstar ARCA Racing League. You'll see them in the red and black on the scoreboard, but purple and blue, you're going to be over with the Side Draft Racing League. The all black with a little bit of white gradient, and it's going to be Zero Torque Racing League. Of course, as mentioned, Jared Skinner qualifying right now is part of the red and black Superstar ARCA. A light blue to darker blue is going to be Great Lakes Sim Racing. That's your GLSR friends. You see them on Wednesday nights with the Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Then with our Thursday night league, you'll have the blue and gray of Average Joe Sim Racing League. Of course, Growmaster sponsors their league. And then over in the blue and red, you'll have the Stars and Stripes Racing League.
As qualifying times start to come in, you'll start to see those colors pop up there on your tower. And right now, Side Draft Racing League has the name on top. It's Bailey Brennan in the 6 car. Florida State machine there, shining in the night sky here in Las Vegas. Currently top of the board. Robert Tester 2nd, Jared Skinner 3rd.
They are Zero Torque Racing League and Superstar ARCA respectively. But Diego Sainz comes in from Great GLSR there. As you see the GLSR paint on the car right there, Diego Sainz currently on the pole.
Yeah, some of these leagues really went for the show, and you know, some of them have specialty league paints, like you see Diego Sainz here with the GLSR paint. Terrence Murphy in the 5, he's got his own thing going on, but there's some other paints out there. Zero Torque, a lot of their drivers have the specialized ZTRL paint scheme there. Let's see about Michael Harrington. No, he's doing his own thing. I know there's some other ones out there. Josh Gagnon, is that how you pronounce it? Couldn't tell you. But he's in the 79 GLSR.
Somebody who couldn't be bothered to make their paints for their league is, of course, you got BCI boys, JT Tinker and Brian Samara. They've already put their time on the board. And, of course, Hutchinson Motorsports TV own driver, which rumor has it Blake is in Tennessee right now to fire him, is Chad White.
I did hear about that. He said he was going to swing by while he was visiting and go ahead and get that out of the way. And you know, there's rumors there was a new contract for next season, but I guess those were all wrong.
Yep, that #1 car right there was sweet looking. I will say, John Sheen, he's got off track, qualified 27th. He's slow.
Yeah, he might be slow, but the paint scheme is quick. I mean, a lot of the good paint words are hard. A lot of good paint schemes out here tonight. And yeah, there's some teams that really went all out and made schemes specifically for this event. And there's other ones that, you know, just you're showing up and running what they brung. So it's going to be fun to watch. Diego Sainz stays on top of the board. We've got a few minutes left in qualifying, and we've got the chat going crazy. 19 people watching. I see Connor Gerard out there. I see Blake Hutchinson himself out there. Bad Sax 1, I believe that's your Papa out there chatting. Another great show with Jesse and Christian. You're damn right.
That's right. We got 35 people have set down a qualifying time. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back, get ready, get off your seats, stand on your feet, and say a little prayer for Jesse's CPU as we get racing here in the Battle of the Leagues on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event. We hop up into the Harpoon Designs blimp while there's nobody here on the track. Go ahead and watch this beautiful blimp float across your screen there. If you're new to the lore, the Harpoon Design blimp came about whenever a certain All-American Cup Series driver actually struck the wall at Talladega and proceeded to impale the old Hutchinson Motorsports TV blimp and bring it into a fiery demise. But now we've got the Harpoon Design blimp, and it's back and better than ever with Brantley Roden at the controls.
Absolutely. Brantley Roden, harpoondesign.com. Place your order for NASCAR style, even some dirt car paints today. Of course, we mentioned we have 6 leagues here tonight. There was 7. Quantum Contenders Series decided they were too scared to race tonight, apparently. Jesse?
Well, I mean, this is a stacked field out here, so I kind of get it. I would be a little nervous myself to compete with some of these guys. There's a lot of fast drivers out there, and I mean, there's people that we've seen win championships here on the channel that aren't even in the top 12. I'm looking at Sam Brochu in the 98 there. He just got done with a historic run in the GLSR Mystery Truck Series, and right now he's qualified 12th out of all these guys.
He's going to be one I keep an eye on throughout the race, though. And, of course, on top of the board, Diego Sainz from the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. That beautiful 99 machine right there. Going to be another one that I keep an eye on to see if he could stay up front. Somebody who I'm surprised to see qualifying well right now is the Stars and Stripes machine of Brian Samara back there in that 53 Chevy. You see Violent Gentleman on the side of his car.
Well, Christian, you know it's everybody's favorite time. It's time to go through tonight's starting. I keep saying tonight's because I'm used to streaming at night. It's not even night. It's only 5 o'clock. Let's go through today's starting grid. Are you ready, Christian?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. We've got row number 1. It's going to be the 99 of Diego Sainz. To his outside is going to be the 5 of Terrence Murphy.
And moving on back to row number 2, you have the Florida State number 6 Ford of Bailey Brennan. To his outside, the ZTRL 22 Robert Tester.
Row number 3 brings you the 7 of Jared Skinner. To his outside is going to be the aforementioned 53 of Brian Samara.
Moving on back to row number 4, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers number 24 Austin Guerrero. To his outside, the ZTRL machine Brian Matthews.
Row number 5 has the 13 of Blake Hewlett. To his outside, a familiar face on the channel is going to be Akari King Wright in the 01.
Keep an eye out on him, but we move back to row number 6, the all-black number 15 Jesse Graham. To his outside, GLSR's own 98 is Sam Brochu.
Lord have mercy. Row number 7 is going to have the 8 car, Michael Harrington. To his outside is going to be TJ Ivy in the 88.
We'll call it a row number 7, the 888 row. But moving on back to row number 8, you have the Chop House number 12, Terry Vincent. To the outside, the number 3 of Willie Smith.
Row number 9 has the 93 of JT Tinker. To his outside, the 40 of Keith Fallon.
We are rolling, so we're going to speed it up. P19, Ryan Hudson. To his outside, down the Rabbit Hole podcast car, Brian Cook.
Row number 11 has the 6 of Daniel Monex. To his outside, the 51, Stephen Blevins.
Row number 12, you have the 79 of Josh Gragan. To his outside, the 4 of Daniel Milgan.
Row number 13 is the 36 of Chad White, HMS driver. To his outside, the 1 of Michael James.
Moving on back to row number 14, you had the 35 of Ryan Castleberry. To his outside, the 1 of John Sheen.
Row number 15 has Ruben Rodos. To his outside, Ryan McClurg.
Row number 16, the 62 of Isaiah Walters. To the outside, 31 of Michael Prince.
And now for the speed run, we've got row 17 with Nate Bogus and Douglas Ivy. Row 18 is going to have Michael Weaver, Chris Essery, and I believe the last row, row 19, is going to have Chris Mackey and Austin Norris. Get the grid out of here. We're getting ready to roll. Pace car turns off the track. Let's get up into the starter cam for the green flag of the Battle of the Leagues right here, right now on HMS TV.
That flag, Barney, there's a lot of hungry machines. 35 of them through the triangle. Ladies and gentlemen, get off your feet and get off your seats and on your feet as I messed that up. We're going to be side by side racing here to 99, taking the low line, getting passed by Terrence Murphy on the high side going to take an early lead here as a side-by-side for second. Brushing the wall in third. That was Diego Sainz in the 99 getting into the wall right there as they head on into turn 3.
Absolute chaos going on towards the back of the field. We watch the battle for third right now. It's going to be between the 6 of Bailey Brannon, and he's got the 99 of Diego Sainz. Your pole sitter dropping back. He's going to drop back into fourth now.
We have 100 laps of racing here. Brian Samara up to the high side, hemorrhaging positions there as the Steelers car passes. Of course, if you're getting passed by a car with the Steelers on it, you must be used to losing.
Hey, I mean, the Steelers are having a good year right now with Aaron Rodgers, the 900-year-old quarterback at the helm. They're trying to go for a playoff push. It'll be interesting to see.
Yep, we don't know who's older, Aaron Rodgers or Jesse's Chihuahua.
Yeah, that's true. I think they were born probably around the same time, but we got plenty of battles throughout the field. TJ Ivy right now getting by Brian Samara in the 53. That's going to be your battle for 10th. And, I mean, there's, as we mentioned, there's 39 vehicles on the track right now, or 37 actually is on track, and it is getting hectic. There's side-by-side action throughout the field, trying to show it off best we can. You see John Sheen, Average Joe's driver, here battling in the 28th spot. And there's side-by-side battles in front of him, behind him, all over the place. But Terrence Murphy in the 5, he's running away with this thing with a 3/10 of a lead, 3/10 of a second lead up in the front, followed by Robert Tester.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on Terrence Murphy running away. Is he just fast or is he burning the tires up? Time will tell on him, though, as we have Robert Tester following behind him in that 22 Ford from Zero Torque Racing League. Of course, a new name. We're not really used to Zero Torque Racing League on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV platform, but in the battle of the leagues, they're all represented here tonight.
Yeah, as we pull up the league key there for you on the bottom left of your screen, you can see which colors on the tower correspond to which league, and you might be saying there's some familiar names that are colored black there for ZTRL. A lot of these guys in Zero Torque that are racing tonight are also names and faces you see in the Average Joe's races on Thursday nights, and the man putting this together is the man who puts together all of the Average Joe's races, Jay Rush. He's the one behind this event tonight. So much thanks for him for putting this together and letting HMS TV call this action as we're 6 laps in. No caution jet, clean and green, as Blake would say.
As you said that, you about jinxed it. They got in the wall. I've seen a lot of people broaching the wall, specifically off of turn 2 there. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as we roll on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the chat. Why are you watching tonight? Which league are you representing? Call out your league. Call out your drivers. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe as the first caution of the evening comes out. Michael Prince may be involved. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened as Jesse's going to get that queued up.
I see that Ryan McClurg went off track and came back on the track, so he could have been involved here. We're going to go ahead and hop up into the Harpoon Design blimp and see if he is involved or if it was some other incident that happened around him.
The 43 gets sideways there. Cuts the grass.
You know, I feel like that probably didn't bring the yellow out.
The car beside him probably went spinning. We'll have to see the other car that was involved there.
Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit, back that thing up and see if we can tell what happened. Looks like the 35. Oh, yes. Who was that above him there?
The 31. Daniel Monix.
Oh, no. Daniel Monix possibly involved. Where's his name? Let's check him out here.
That's...
as you can see, I've clicked on Daniel Monix, but it wasn't him. We'll try one more time to see who is involved in this one, but unfortunately...
Try Michael Prince. Michael Prince.
I think you might have nailed
he
it
is.
here. The 31, aka the 37 in the session, smacks the wall. Just a little bit of a nose grind on the fence here at Vegas. Comes to a stop right before the start-finish line. He's going to be the cause for the caution, not Ryan McClurg cutting the grass.
I will say, though, he did what any noble iRacer should do. Michael Prince locked the brakes down, came to a stop. You know, you can't try to save to avoid a caution at that point, because if you try to save it, you're going to get in somebody else's way. Just lock it down. Hold the brakes, man.
You're absolutely right. If you're out there watching, we've got 35 people tuned in. If you're new to the channel, if you're one of these leagues that hasn't heard our voice before, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us. We're 9 laps into this race here. Got a lot of new faces on the track and in the chat. Go ahead and let us know who you're rooting for if you haven't yet. Checking out the chat once again. We've got Bullet4759 saying Sack is going to win. He's rooting on Superstar ARCA leagues right now. Of course, Jason Rushing in the chat. That's going to be Jay Rush who put this event on. We appreciate you, Jay, for letting us broadcast this thing tonight. And, of course, Connor Gerard, he's watching because he's interested in seeing which league is the best. He wonders. And, I mean, he's watched a lot of races, so he knows that it could be anyone's race here tonight.
No one has watched the amount of Hutchinson Motorsports TV that Connor Gerard has. No one ever. Unrivaled, I will say.
Yeah, he's... I want to see Connor Gerard's YouTube Wrapped. I mean, it's got to be incredible what is on his thing. Frank Chavez Racing in the chat saying go ZTRL, rooting on his teammate B. Hewlett. He's currently sitting in that 13th spot in that number 13 ZTRL machine. Let's see.
That's good looking paint right there.
Rockford, Illinois is going to be where Blake Hewlett is from. We'll go through the field a little bit. The 22 Robert Tester out of Morganton, North Carolina. Bailey Brannon, Tallahassee, Florida. Diego Sainz, Richmond, Texas. People all over the place and all over the different leagues out here tonight. Bad Sacks in the chat saying, I'm betting Jesse's going to beat Christian. Well, you got good odds on that one if we're on the track.
Wow. Okay.
Are you going to tell me that he's wrong?
Well, no, he's not wrong, but I don't know. I didn't think we were competing tonight, Jesse.
No, we're not competing. If you want to see us competing, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow night as the Wheels America Racing Cup Series is going to be live once again. I don't even know what track we're going to. I mean, that's how confident I am.
I don't know either, but I know one thing you and my dad could compete in is the receding hairline.
That is true. That is true. You got me there, but we're getting ready to go back green as we pull our beautiful tower up once again. Lights are off on the pace car. Christian, it is your turn this time. Go ahead and call us to green, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pace car taking a hard left-hand turn to get out of the way, heading into the Juicy Spider Studios restart zone. Green flag back in the air here in the battle of the leagues.
Looks like a good start for most of the field here as they race down into turn 1.
Through turn 1 and 2, getting this race going again. Terrence Murphy off to a good start once more, leading this race for the the Average Joe Sim Racing League. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of leagues here. Bear with me if I mess up one up. Of course, looking back to the 7th position, the Jared Skinner Superstar ARCA League.
Yeah, kind of just tuned into him to kind of watch all the chaos that's happening throughout all of this field. There's racing all over the place if you look. Hop up in the blimp cam, get a bit of a better view of it thanks to Harpoon Design for this shot. Side-by-side racing in front and behind of Jared Skinner right now. And Terrence Murphy, though, continuing to lead the way. He's led, I'm pretty sure, every lap so far. Bailey Brannon in the 2nd spot for the Side Draft Racing League. Robert Tester for Zero Torque. And then Sam Brochu, he's up 8 spots. He's making his way forward, coming off a championship run in the GLSR Truck Series. It's cool to see 4 different leagues in your top 4 right now.
Definitely makes it all a little bit more exciting. We're racing, kind of league team racing here, but I mean, at Las Vegas, it's kind of is every man for himself. There's not really a way to work together with your team here.
Yeah, it's not like it's a big draft track or anything like that sort, but I mean, there's ways you can work together. If your teammate has got a little bit more speed than you, you can find a way to let them by easier, give them a better chance to make their way forward. But you got to decide when to use it, as we see actually 2 people on the same league team here. Kari King Wright and TJ Ivy fighting it out right now, the 88 and the 01. Those guys kind of fighting towards the same goal, but at the same time, you've got to race for yourself as well.
Those are some nice looking cars with a little, oh my gosh. Did you see that wall hit there from the 88? Those are some nice looking cars together, just different colors to represent different drivers at the Side Draft Racing League machines right there. It looks like they're Chop House Racing, maybe. Might be their team name.
I'm assuming it's some sort of league sponsor, because it's all on all the Side Draft Racing League cars. There's some pretty machines, I must say. As you can see, the 4. We got a caution out once again.
Brian Cook, John Sheen involved. There's Brian Cook from Down the Rabbit Hole podcast, monthly podcast. Go check them out. They just released a episode, and you see the 1 right there.
John
getting
Sheen,
rolling.
also an Average Joe's driver, as well as Michael Weaver is slow Average Joe. So we might have some Average Joe on Average Joe crime here. I think we might have to manually go back and take a look and see what happened to these guys, as the 87's definitely hurting.
Right there.
It's going to be
3 wide racing
there in the middle. So we're going to have to take another look at that. Several hard hits there. Oh, the 43 almost rolled it.
43. Did he even lift? We're going to have to go back, take a look. I think from his onboard, I think you have a good view of that wreck.
We'll definitely do that. Let's hop up into the Harpoon Design blimp and rewind it one more time, kind of see what happens here between Brian Cook and Daniel Monix to start this. Somebody comes up or comes down, or if it's just a racing thing. Let's take one more look here.
6. Kind of slightly came down. JT dodged a bullet there. And then the 43 just comes in a minute later.
Yeah, we will rewind that and hop on board with Ryan McClurg. See what he sees here.
He's driving down the backstretch. Car in front of him. Sees the spinning out. He's off the gas, but just goes the wrong way. Zigs when he should have zags. He was all gas. No brakes with it. You know what I mean?
That's a hard hit as well for the 2. It's going to be Michael Weaver. Average Joe's just got victimized in that wreck. I think there's about 5 drivers for Average Joe's involved, and they've only got 8 of them out there. So a lot of hurt cars for the Average Joe's Racing League. We've had some pit stops while we've been away. Let's go through some of the drivers that have come down for their first pit stops of the race. Isaiah Watchers, Michael Prince, Michael Harrington, Chris Essery, Douglas Ivey actually came down on the previous caution. This time around, it was Brian Cook, Michael James, Michael Weaver, John Sheen, Ruben Rodas, and Ryan McClurg all making pit stops. Daniel Monix in the pits currently getting that Build Submarines machine repaired. We'll see if the pace car light's going to cut off this time or not. Go ahead, Christian.
Somebody in the chat asking what happened to Chris Essery in the number 20. He's back there in the 29th position. He just didn't qualify very well. He's up 7 positions in the 29th spot.
Yeah, he started back there, and he's also already come down pit road. So any spots he did gain, he's had to regain after being one of the few drivers to already come down pit road here on lap 18 of 100. Thank you all for tuning in with us for this special event tonight. I keep saying tonight because I'm so used to it being dark whenever we're broadcasting, but maybe by the end of this stream I'll remember that it's actually still technically daytime. I can see the trees outside my window right now.
I'm going to put no effort into doing so. I'm going to call it nighttime because that's where we always broadcast at, and I'm just not going to try to change it.
Yeah, I can see that too. Like, it's hard to trick your brain when you've done something the same way so many times. It's hard to trick your brain to say, like, oh, no, this ain't the case this time. But, yeah, Christian, as they're going through turns 3 and 4, I'll let you go ahead and say what you were going to say. But I think when we go back green, we might do a Harpoon Design Bring the Noise.
Let's do that. And I was just going to say, quick note, today we could be calling a race in the morning, and I'll probably say night. But, ladies and gentlemen, Harpoon Design, Bring the Noise action coming to you live here in the Battle of the Leagues. Pace car is off, and the green flag is out. Bring the noise with Harpoon Design.
Caution is out, folks. You see big junk there in the back.
Oh,
Lots
man.
of cars involved.
JT Tinker, Michael Harris, and just two of the cars. It looks like 5 total right there. Somebody back there struggling to get it rolling the right direction. Somebody's junk right there.
It's not JT. I'm assuming it was the 55 of Ruben Rodas who just brought her to pit lane.
Oh, Ruben.
Man, I'm telling you, my system is not showing me any actual people wrecking, so that's annoying. Wonder if there's a way I can fix that. But you can go ahead and tell us, Christian, who we need to take a look at here.
Let's just go ahead to JT Tinker. He was the first one to. Let's rewind it from him. He was the first one to pop up on my board.
As we back that thing up to hop on board with the 93.
Go ahead. Oh, we had 4 wide action there.
Yeah.
35. It starts earlier. Let's go behind. Let's go to the behind the car here, Jesse. Drone shot. As a 93 gets sideways there with contact with 35, forces a 4 wide scenario. The 8 gets into the 11. JT must not realize that he's in the middle there.
Oh.
Comes up the track. The 8 with the hard hit. 55-2. Ruben Rodas might be dead.
Yeah.
That's why
Ruben went for an absolute ride here. We're going to have to take another look at that.
And him coasting to a stop like that kind of just shows that we may have lost Ruben Rodas during that wreck. We're going to have to watch.
Hopefully
on
not.
board here.
We bring it back one more time here. We're going to ride on board with the 55. See what happens here.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewer description is advised because someone did just die in this car that we're showing. You know, usually they wouldn't show an in-play car, but just, bam! Oh, my.
Devastating hit there for the 55 of Ruben Rodas. He had just come down pit road and got that car some fresh rubber and some new fuel. And here he goes, getting absolutely destroyed. As we hop back live, Terrence Murphy continues to lead the way. And we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the afternoon here on lap 22. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here with you on HMS TV shortly. We'll go side by side.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Back once again here at the Battle of the Leagues. We're getting ready to go back green. Terrence Murphy, Robert Tester, familiar faces at the front of the field, taking us through the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag is back out here on lap 24 of 100. Christian, we had a good little break there, and it's going to be fun to watch and see who comes out on top of this thing, don't you think?
Absolutely. As we're only a quarter of the way there now, coming around on lap 24, about to take 25. Still 75 laps to go of racing action here tonight. Sam Brochu started 10 positions back, all the way up to the second position. Now going to battle Terrence Murphy here for the race lead. We knew he was going to be one to watch, Jesse.
Yeah, there was part of me that was a little concerned that maybe Brochu wasn't a fan of the next gens, and that had a, that could possibly be why that he was so far back, at least as far as back as we thought he would be. But he's showing that he's still just as fast in these things as he is the trucks, and he's made his way forward. We're just going to have to see if he has anything for the 5 of Murphy, who's led the entire way through this race.
Looking back, it looks like oh man, they reckon again. Daniel Monix and Ruben Rodas are not going to rejoin this race for whatever reason, I don't think. Trying to get some information on that. I see nobody has wrecked right now. Got to see manually what happened.
Yeah, go ahead and investigate. Let me know if there's anything we need to take a look at with this one. Terrence Murphy content right now to just keep leading the way. As Christian looks at this wreck in the background, taking a look at the chat, Jason Rushing mentioning the Murph is fast. He certainly is. Putting on a show for the average Joes, leading the way in this thing. Anna Alessandro in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up to you, Anna? Thank you for tuning in to the Battle of the Leagues here. So we're under caution for the 4th time tonight.
I do not know what happened here.
Well, Jason, if you're listening to the stream, as you have been, I believe you're race controlling this thing. Let us know what you managed to see. If we missed it, if it's worth taking a look at, we'll keep our eyes peeled on the chat. Right now, Terrence Murphy, Sam Brochu, Robert Tester leading the way.
The only thing that I do see a car kind of upset here. Let me see if I can get his name of who he is. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. This is kind of weird to see a car where he was.
We've got pit stops in the front of the field for the first time. Terrence Murphy, Sam Brochu, Robert Tester, all coming down pit road. The first person to stay out is going to be the 6th there of Bailey Brennan, who was contending for the lead early in that Florida State car, but wasn't able to get it. They're going to take the lead over here. They came down pit road on lap 21 during the previous caution, so their tires are still fairly new. TJ Ivey, Josh Gagnon, Stephen Blevins, Isaiah Waters going to be your new top 5. All these guys just came down pit road only a few laps ago.
Did you just see how much of an aneurysm the scoreboard had? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's certainly freaking out right now as all these guys that stayed out are taking their spots near the top of the field. But this definitely shakes things up. Side Draft Racing League now leads the way with Bailey Brannon. But there is certainly, in your top 12 there is a lot of black on that scoreboard. That's going to be Zero Torque Racing League as I pull up the key once again for you guys watching at home so you can see which color corresponds to which league. Side Draft Racing League there in the pink and blue, Zero Torque in the black, Superstar ARCA League in the red and black, Great Lakes in the light blue to dark, Average Joe's with the dark blue to white, and Stars and Stripes, the blue and the red.
Well, pace car lights are on. I might have a treat for you guys. Waiting to see if he joins. We might have an interview lined up for you fans watching at home.
Oh, I'm excited too. I know nothing about this either, so this will be interesting if it does happen.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if he pops in. I had to get him to join, to come into the Discord because, only a few people actually, joined our Discord to be a part of the interview action. Shout out to Brian, Chad, and JT.
Yes, much shout out to them all driving for Stars and Stripes. I mean, we've known those 3 guys going back years and years anyways before HMS TV was even a thing. So definitely a lot of history with those guys.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go green, but he's out of the race anyway. It don't matter. Ruben Rodas here, joining us in the booth. Ruben, what the heck happened out there?
Well, first, I don't run this car a lot, so I don't think any of the guys who came from Superstar really do this, judging off our, I think 22nd through 26th starting positions. But yeah, I guess there was the first caution. That guy spun Molnex, and I had nowhere to go. I might have been able to repair it, but it was pretty junked. And then the second one, I guess I saw on the replay, looks like pushing 3 wide, and I just kind of got hooked into probably the worst spot to get hooked, and I can't feel my back or my legs right now, so I'll be going to the emergency room immediately.
Okay, well, the green flag is back out here at Las Vegas in the Battle of the Leagues. Ruben Rodas, suffering some spinal cord damage, but nonetheless, Ruben, we got to get you out of the booth. Maybe you should go get checked out, but yeah, just know you got more racing to do. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully the comeback tour's better than what this was. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ruben Rodas heading to the emergency room. He's seems to be hurt pretty bad, but we don't care about that. We're gonna keep on racing as the 79 bout wrecked the 88 ZTRL car there. Was that League v League action right there?
Yeah, Josh Gagnon in that 79, he's making his push to the front of this field. He's up 21 spots, and him and the 88 just got a little too close for comfort there. I was getting ready to lead into my joke that I was glad that the broadcast booth here at Las Vegas was ADA approved and had wheelchair ramp for Ruben Rodas, but we almost had a wreck there live, and I couldn't even get that joke out when I wanted to.
Yeah, Zero Torque Racing League there, taking a shot from GLSR. See if anyone answers. I mean, this is League v League action there. It's every league for themselves out here. And I guess every driver for themselves, too, to race. Some of these people are racing.
You see the 20 of Chris Essery there on your screen, one of the Stars and Stripes representatives. I know he has a fan in the chat.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see Miss Anna in the chat. She's a grandma who loves watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Michael James going through the grass there, throwing grass everywhere on the track. Snap-on tools on the side of that car.
Yeah, let's go back and see what caused him to be off the track anyway.
Oh!
Is that the 3 car there?
I don't know, but they're sliding through the grass.
That's
it's
Terrence
the
Murphy,
5
the
of
former
oh
leader.
my!
Going for a
That's
ride.
a shake of events there. He's gonna be upset back here in the back.
Yeah, currently 33rd for Terrence Murphy. Him and the one car there just getting a little too close for comfort. John Sheen. Well, actually, it was a different one car, I believe. There's a lot of duplicate numbers here, understandably so. A lot of these guys have numbers on their cars that they never run normally, so we do apologize for that, as I know there's multiple 6 cars out there, but the one leading the way right now for Side Draft Racing League is Bailey Brandon, and his lead right now almost up to over a second.
So let's mentioning people in the chat. Chris is here. Chris's fan is here. He said it's his grandma and grandpa, I believe, is the way I'm returning that message there. Telling him to stay in the top 10. You got all kinds of family watching. My father's watching. I heard he also said that we had a new viewer out there. My brother John. Shout out to him.
Absolutely. Shout out, John. Glad you're tuned in. And he's trying to find him another spot. But Chris Essery, the aforementioned driver in the 20 there, he is your HMS TV hard charger right now. And boy, he's certainly trying to earn it right now as he's trying to find his way around Blake Hewlett, who's also got a fan in the chat. So a little bit of a chat battle here between Blake Hewlett and Chris Essery right now. That's going to be your battle for the 5th spot, top 5 right now for Chris Essery. Up 31 spots.
Taking the apron through the trioval right there. He is a man on a mission, trying to poke on the inside there of the 62. Not able to make it work. That's the 60 of Isaiah Walters in front of him, actually running the 62 car, paint, I guess.
We got a side-by-side battle right now for second. That's going to be between Josh Gagnon and Nakari King Wright. GLSR versus Zero Torque battle. Josh Gagnon might be pushing that thing a little too hard right now, getting a little tight and into the wall. He's all over the back bumper of the 01 right now.
shoving him down the backstretch, but going to lose the momentum in the turn here. But he's on the higher side of it, so should get a run out of it there. That was through the tri-oval, excuse me. Now down the backstretch.
It's all Fords at the front of the field right now. Your top three all in the Mustang. You got a lot of Chevys in the top 10, though. That's going to be 5 out of your top 10 in the Chevys. Few Toyotas out here. I think we've only got 4 of them out of this entire 30-something car field. So Toyotas are definitely
sad.
the underdog here. It is sad.
It's sad. I mean, all these
leaderboard.
nasty Fords in the field. Chevy's all right, but of course I have issues with Chevy in NASCAR when it comes to racing teams. If you drive a Chevy but you don't drive for Rick Hendrick, you don't mean nothing to anybody in NASCAR apparently.
That is, you do have a point. That does seem to be the case. I know you're a Trackhouse fan, so you're one of your favorite drivers. Definitely not on the good side of Mr. Rick Hendrick, and you don't want to be on his bad side.
Well, I'm going to not make any comment on the matter.
As they probably don't at Trackhouse either. They probably try to ignore the fact that anything ever happened with that. Bailey Brannon right now, though, leading the way. Akari King Wright definitely trying to catch him a little bit. He's shrinking that gap. We take a look at who your fastest 5 on the track are right now of your last 5 laps. No surprise, Terrence Murphy is on the top of that list. There's only one problem there. He's all the way back in 31st. Akari King Wright, now the top name. And he's in that second spot trying to make his push for P1.
Akari King Wright is a name you're used to seeing there, but not in the Zero Torque Racing League. He's racing for them tonight.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that a lot of the names in Zero Torque are a lot of the same names you're going to see on Thursday night in the Average Joe Sim Racing League Truck Series. I mean, you got Akari King Wright. I know that Michael Harrington is one of the drivers you see in Average Joe's. Well, he is racing for Average Joe's. Duh. That's a silly pull for me.
This guy stinks.
I know Stephen Blevins is one of the guys that shows up there on Thursday night. He's in Zero Torque. Douglas Ivey as well. I got to say, one driver I'm not familiar with a sweet little paint there, the 15 racing for Zero Torque, Jesse Graham. He must have been a late entry because he doesn't even have a paint specialized, but that is a nice looking car, I must say. And he's got a nice first name too. I like how it kind of just rolls off the tongue, Jesse. It's good.
Jesse being a little biased there, but in the chat. And Jesse, can you confirm that I'm reading this right, that Connor has an SVG diecast that he needs to send to me that he got for Christmas? He wants to give it to me, he says.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I think he said he was going to pay the shipping and everything.
Okay, Connor, I will message you my address so you can get that diecast sent over. I always appreciate gifts. I really thank you there, buddy.
We take a look here at your top 5. The 13 goes around live. We just watched it happen. Blake Hewlett going for a ride. Look out! Look at
my goodness! Blake, it's not over yet.
Oh my gosh. Still no way to jump back and watch it. Actually, I think we can.
Somebody else was stopped there.
Blimp.
Oh, there was another incident after the incident.
Yeah, we'll have to go try to watch all of it here. We see where it starts. Sam Brochu and Blake Hewlett get a little tangled up out of the corner. I don't think the 13 had anywhere he could really go. Just slides back up the track, and there was a lot of action going on. Look out. People dodging him left and right. Do we know who else was involved in the rest of it here?
I see Brian Matthews and then Brian Samara later on there. Let's just rewind from right there.
The two of Weaver sitting here sideways on the track. I'm sure he's involved somewhere. The Average Joe's driver. Let's bring it back.
Oh, it looks like somebody else got clipped after the wreck. So here, Michael Weaver was ahead of everything, so it has to start right there with him. Oh, he just clips that car spinning up. And then he's backwards there, and everyone's just trying to avoid everybody there. Oh, the 99 Diego Sainz there catches Brian Samara. JT Tinker involved too.
He gets
a lot of good cars.
Stolen. 2 BCI teammates knocked out by the same spinning car in sync. As we rewind, we get to watch that again. Diego Sainz accidentally takes him out.
Dot, 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 dot.
Might have to ask one of those guys what happened there. I thought Brian missed it. We'll go back and rewind it from his perspective. I know he was one of the drivers that dodged that 13 car. We'll hop on board here from the cockpit view of the 53. He does a good job getting high here, passes the 13, sees the 99, and he's like, oh, I got to go low. Look out, bam!
Well, let's just go ahead and talk to one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Samara, this is Jesse and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
What's going on?
You look like you might have a headache out there, buddy.
Well, I guess we don't hold our brakes anymore and just turn back across the racetrack while everybody's trying to drive past our accident after it's basically done. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw you
yeah.
and JT get smoked by the same car there, almost in sync, trying to go low
Yeah.
and dodge it, not able to.
I'm watching it right now. It's that basically he hit us both in the exact same way. I mean, you think you'd stay up there on the fence, and he just said, you know what, I'm going to hook it right and turn back across the racetrack and kill everybody.
That is unfortunate. Not good.
Well,
Yeah.
both BCI guys have one shot. JT seems to be rolling. You, not so much yet, though. It looks like you're having more damage to repair. Have you already used your fast repair up?
Well, once the tow's done, I'll be using my fast repair. He basically tore the right rear tire off. It was sitting at like a 50-degree angle to the car, so you know,
Okay.
it wasn't coming back around.
All righty. Well, we'll let you get towed back in. The pace car lights are about to go off. They're about to go back racing. Hopefully, you can get out there before they do.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Samara, driver up to 53 car for Stars and Stripes Racing League. But
Definitely
Jesse,
not
we're about to
happy
go
about
green.
Diego Sainz there coming back down across the track in the 99.
No, doesn't believe he held the brakes like he should there, but ladies and gentlemen, we're about halfway there now.
As Bon Jovi would say, we're living on a prayer. Lap 48 of 100. Fifth caution of the night. I gotta say, it's for as many cars as we got out here and as many people that are racing that aren't even familiar with each other. You know, we got 6 different leagues going at it. I gotta say, 5 cautions, in my opinion, halfway through this race really isn't that bad. Obviously, you'd like to see it stay green, but for all these different cars out here, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, could be a little cleaner, but gonna see how it goes. It could all go to heck now. We're not racing for points. We're not racing for a season long, strategy. No, we have one race to determine who is the superior league in iRacing.
I think we're going to do something fun once this green flag drops as they go into the Juicy Spider restart zone. I think we're going to go ahead and hop on board with the GLSR Season 1 champion, Sam Brochu. Green flag back out here at Las Vegas. Let's hop on board with the 98 of Sam Brochu.
On board as he's the bottom of 3 wide right here heading into turn 1. The 88 on the top there are going to get side by side with a 99. Sam Brochu, you're going to push the issue on the bottom of 3 wide here again. Man, look at this battle right here. Going into the turn, you got the 88, the 99. Front to back with 22 and 79 to his outside.
GLSR sandwich right now. He's got Josh Ganning to his outside. Look out, the 8's
And
going
there
around.
it goes.
Michael Harrington saves it.
Not yet. He's sliding, and there he goes around. He's off the track, though. I'm not sure the caution's going to come out, and it won't. Michael Harrington from Average Joe's, he cannot be happy right now.
You know, he probably had insult to injury. He probably got a penalty there for going too fast on pit road. So a double whammy for the 8 of Harrington. He can pretty much say that his night is over as this competition hits the halfway point. And Bailey Brandon leads the way. Akari King Wright, though, challenging him to the outside right now.
This is your battle for the first position. Akari King Wright on the high side. Going to get the run down the backstretch. There you go. He's going to pull ahead ever so slightly. Can he complete the pass? Right now it's yes, but through the turn, Brandon comes down to the bottom, trying to battle for that position. Going to slide up the track. No, he's going to just yield the position to your new race leader with Zero Torque Racing League, Akari King Wright.
Isaiah Watrous in the 62 from Superstar ARCA. He's trying to ignore the words Ruben Rodas said earlier about how a lot of the Superstar ARCA guys don't drive these cars, don't know what to do with them. And Isaiah Watrous finding himself in your top 3. He's trying to get into that second spot now, but Bailey Brandon able to hold him off so far. But don't look now, TJ Ivy, he's up 10 spots, and he's trying to find his way to that podium right now in the 88.
I don't get the next gen car hate, Jesse. I love this car on the platform here.
Yeah, I can't get enough of it, man. I'm always driving the next gen pretty much every time I'm on the service. In fact, you guys get to watch me and Christian on Monday nights in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Come out and race. Unfortunately, no entries for the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. I don't know what the deal is with that. We couldn't get anybody to come out tonight.
They're scared. They're just scared.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely had the opportunity to, and nobody spoke up, so they don't get any representation here tonight, but 6 other leagues do. If you haven't been tuned in to this point and you're confused at the rainbow show that we've got going on the left-hand side of your screen, here is the leagues for you on the bottom left of your screen for you so you can see which league is associated with which color. Maybe it can clear some things up for you.
Of course, you have
Whoa, look out.
car key. Oh, big junk. 22 hard into the wall. As we
I was trying to click on anybody involved in the wreck. Name dropping all over the place. The first one I saw was Sam Brochu.
Jesse was able to click on anyone but someone involved in the wreck. We're going to be rewinding probably from right here on Sam Brochu because he was pretty much in the middle of it. There was somebody with a hard hit, I will say.
I will say an infuriating side note to Christian. It told me when Harrington and the 8 went down pit road that he crashed. It didn't tell me a single person crashed there.
Well, we're going to rewind it now. Way too far, as Jesse always does. 22 just comes up the track. 22 comes up the track there.
Ooh.
And just everybody in the back had nowhere to go.
JT Tinker just got that car fixed up. It's hit again. I know a hard hit for the 35 of Ryan Castleberry. That's a throwback name for me. Used to race / broadcast the 35 of Ryan Castleberry a lot, but I know he had a pretty good wallop here as he's driving for Side Draft Racing League.
JT just, he's going to have damage. Ryan Castleberry's human, wham! My, oh my.
That was definitely, as Blake would say, there's a lot of junked race cars out there as we hop back live. New leader, going to be the 4 of Daniel Miglin. And his league teammate behind him in the 40 is going to be Keith Fallon at Side Draft Racing League 1-2. Both these guys came down on lap 46, so they've got about 10 laps on their tires. In fact, your whole top 9 right now, all on 10-lap old tires. Terrence Murphy, the 5, has found his way back to 3rd with the pit strategy. I'm sure he's going to find his way around these 2 guys in front of him fairly quickly, Christian.
Absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, I just have to, call up JT Tinker here. This is Jesse and Christian up in the booth. JT, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, boys?
Well, I just wanted to give you a heads up. The pace car is on his way around the track right now. He is going to hit you. So that way you could say everybody on this track has hit you tonight, okay?
Yeah, that's how I feel right now, but it's part of life.
Yeah, man. It's nowhere you could have went there. Are you going to be able to get back on that track and keep racing, or are you probably done?
No, I'm done, you rings. It's done. I'm parking it. Sucks, but it's part of racing. It's part of the deal.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Jesse, you have anything for JT Tinker before we send him back to back up his car tonight?
Well, he just watched his teammate there, Brian Samara, make his way back out on the track, so I imagine you're just going to kind of be a cheerleader for the 53. I mean, we just watched you and him get caught up in the previous wreck almost simultaneously, and then you just get caught up in the next one, so definitely you've got to be pretty frustrated right now.
Yeah, it's you'd think with it being like Battle of the Leagues and like these supposed to be all-stars of leagues to be more respect and be less wrecking and whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna root on the boys from Stars and Stripes. We're currently rooting on Chad and Brian. I know Apop just jumped in. He can't race, but he's gonna cheer us on also, and we'll see what we can do. But Yeah, the 93 is done for the night. So
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was JT Tinker, driver of the 93, now turned cheerleader for his team. Thank you, JT.
thank you. Have a good one, guys.
You too now. Well, it was very somber, JT, Jesse, as it seems like bad luck found him tonight everywhere he turned.
He was definitely involved in a lot of incidents. You got that right, but we've got a new front row. As mentioned, Daniel Miglin, Keith Fallon, or Fallon, whichever way you want to pronounce it. The 4 and the 40 going to lead the way into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Terrence Murphy, Chris Essery going to be row number 2. Chad is happy to see the 20 up there as they go into the Juicy Spider restart zone.
Green flag back in the air, the 4 and the 40 side by side through the tribal. And the turns number 1 and going through 2. The 5 is back up there, Terrence Murphy.
I was going to ask you, Christian, how long do you think it's going to take for Murphy to get back into the lead of this thing?
Well, we're going to have to take a look here. He is fast as he got everybody scraping the wall out of 2 there continuously. But Terrence Murphy down to the low side trying to wrap that bottom there and make a run work.
There's 3 wide racing happening towards the back of this pack. There's stuff going on everywhere you look, but right now we're tuning into the battle for second between Terrence Murphy from Average Joe's and Keith Fallon from Side Draft Racing League fighting it out for that second spot. You think Keith right now is thinking about holding the 5 off as long as he can to give the 4 of Miglin a chance to run away a little bit, as the 4's scraping the wall, so that might not happen. So we might have 3 wide for the lead right here.
No, as we do have 3 wide for the lead. The 2 lead cars make contact there. The 5 is hanging on with the 40, who gives him a little bit of a side draft right there. And ladies and gentlemen, if that 5 gets ahead, I fear for the field, as the 40 is living up to his league name, Side Draft Racing League.
Yeah, he's
Still
giving it his
side by
all
side
right
for
now,
the lead.
sticking with the 5 of Murphy, not letting him get away just yet. He's driving hard right now, and he is not letting the 5 get away. As we got another caution. Big Hewlett entered pit lane, and I don't think he wanted to.
What a battle that was ruined by a wreck.
A wreck was already happening here, so let's back it up a little bit.
Brian Samara involved in this one too, Jesse.
Well, I mean,
right there you see.
How else would it happen? 13 looks like he might just get loose here, honestly.
That's exactly what happened. Ooh. Oh my goodness!
Violent hit. It's going to be the 9 of Chris Mackey. Oh my God!
Samara is dead!
What do we call this one an arc of break from hell, Christian?
Let's just get on board and see what happened, and then I'll determine if he gets the call for the all gas, no brakes with it. On board Brian Samara. You see somebody here, and he's just, it's one of those, like, could he have prevented it? Absolutely. But you have 1 second there to choose zig or zag, and he definitely zagged when he should have zigged.
Well, Christian, you know what's the 9 doing? He's just parking it in the infield and tows it. But anyways, it's like when you're in the grocery store and you're going down the aisle and you see the person in front of you, they're trying to go the same way you are, and you guys kind of do that back and forth thing, like, oh, you go this way, you go this way. It's like you can't figure it out, and all of a sudden, that's what happened to Brian Samara. He tried to zig when he should have zagged, as Cletus McFarland would say, and ended up sending the back end of the 13 into orbit.
That was something there.
Are we in slow motion? I don't know if we were in slow motion there or what, but they were definitely waiting for the pace car. Now we're back live. I thought I was tripping.
You were. Jesse Becker on the controls, usually, sliding out. But Connor Gerard in the chat said something that is kind of living to be true right now. Survivor Series before the whole War Games. I think of good old William Regal from the WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, it's enough of all this arguing. I got one thing to say. War Games.
What do you think the odds are that your microphone caught all of that, Christian?
Well, being you're asking me, I'm guessing it didn't.
It was great in spirit. I did love it.
Man, oh man. Well, good old William Regal just would shout war games at the top of his lungs, basically, and it was very violent. And that's exactly what we have here tonight.
Lights back off on the pace car. Lap 63 of 100. We're getting towards the tail end of this thing. Keith Fallon from Side Draft Racing League continues to lead the way. I'm taking a look through the top 10, and I mean, it's fairly evenly spread. I think Average Joe's has a bit of advantage with 3 drivers up there. Side Draft Racing, I can see 2 of them. Stars and Stripes, Chris Essery's the lone contender pretty much at this point. Chad White is back there in 13th. Great Lakes Sim Racing, Diego Sainz has found his way into the top 6 here after his wreck earlier. Kari King Wright, your top contender for Zero Torque in that 01 machine. He's back in 7th. A name we haven't mentioned like at all tonight is going to be the 89er Ryan Housden. He's the top contender right now for the Superstar ARCA League. But we're getting ready to take this thing back green flag racing, Christian.
Green flag indeed, Jesse.
Very well said, my friend. We've got 47 people tuned in right now to watch this restart. We hop up into the starter cam. They take us to the Juicy Spider restart zone. Keith Fallon, Terrence Murphy, lead them to green one more time.
They went through the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air. You have Fallon up there trying to get away from Terrence Murphy, who's going to get challenged by Daniel Milgan right there.
Side by side for second one more time. Daniel Miglin, Terrence Murphy battling it out. As there's chaos happening towards the back, side-by-side racing happening like crazy behind him. Chris Essery has found his way into 4th. It's side-by-side behind him with the Kari King Wright and John Sheen.
How long until somebody junks it again is the question, because we've had a demolition derby of sorts here. Terry Vincent on board from side, or on the screen from Side Draft Racing League in that number 12. Battling down the Rabbit Hole Podcast's car.
It's Brian Cook in the 87 trying to make his way forward. Terrence Murphy, though, finds his way back to the lead, as we suspected. The 5 of Terrence Murphy for Average Joe has been the class of the field tonight. We bring it up again for lap leaders. Terrence Murphy has led 31 of them things, and he's going to make it 32 and 33 and 34. We'll see if anyone can stop him, though.
Well, got to see how this race plays off. We are getting towards the latter half of it now. Just over 30 laps to go.
It's ticking down pretty quickly. As you see, the 2 Side Draft Racing League drivers, Keith Fallon, Daniel Miglin in 2nd and 3rd. Chris Essery has found his way to 4th. John Sheen in the 5th spot right now. Kari King Wright, Diego Sainz 6th and 7th. And then it's a battle for 8th between Ryan Housden and Terry Vincent. Housden getting up into the wall a little bit, dropping back. He's got Sam Baroshu trying to make his way back forward, right hot on his tail. As we were on lap 67.
6-7?
As it's now 68. As we were right in between 2 of the greatest numbers of all time, we take a quick look at the chat. The J-Max in the chat. I believe that's JT saying tough, rough race for BCI tonight. Let's cheer on our boy Chad. Let's take a look at Chad. He's up to 11th, struggling in the back here. Whoa, we got all kinds of weaving and dodging behind him. That was getting sketchy, but Chad in that HMS TV Ford Mustang up 14 spots tonight. Not too bad, but still trying to get a little bit more forward.
6-7 mentioned in the chat.
It sure is.
But now we're on lap 69.
Yeah, I prefer this one compared to 6-7. Side by side for 5th, John Sheen, Kari King Wright battling it out. Average Joe's versus Zero Torque here live on the screen. John Sheen up 22 spots so far tonight.
In the chat, Ruben Rodas talking about Ryan Hudson trying to creep up on the field.
You almost had it. You almost had it.
Why don't you correct me, Jesse?
I don't know how it's pronounced, but I know it ain't Houston.
Well, if I got graded on last name pronunciation, I would fail.
Yeah, that would not be a great time for you for sure. Chris Essery up to third. He just got by Daniel Miglin, and we've got a wreck. Michael,
Diego Sainz. Oh my goodness, we're tearing up more race cars.
Oh,
watch out!
I saw Michael Harrington dropping down the scoreboard. Let's go ahead and drop back here. Isaiah Watrous, first name to go off track. We'll see how he's involved here. Looks like Diego Sainz and Brian Cook got together. Isaiah Watrous went for a ride. What do you think he's doing? About 160 through there?
Well, let's go watch the wreck, actually.
Oh my God. We'll go back and take a look. I just got mesmerized by how fast he was hauling tail through there.
Let's watch it from the 87's POV here.
Brian Cook from Average Joe's down the rabbit hole on the car. Takes out the 99 of Diego Sainz.
Yeah, and then from there, he just accumulated everybody to 7 with a hard hit. He gets hit again.
Good Lord.
My, oh my. We've had some of the hardest hits I've seen in a while here tonight.
Jared Skinner, one of the Superstar ARCA League contenders. We'll hop on board with him just real quick. See what the 7 sees here. Look out! Takes a couple of good licks there in the 7. But we are under caution number 8 as we've got pit road action. Sam Brochu in the 98. He's going to stay out. And we're going to take our second break of the evening. 45 people tuned in watching. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button if you're a new face out there. It means a lot to us. Helps us out. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. We'll be right back with you shortly. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Ladies and gentlemen, back live one more time here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Christian, we've got Sam Brochu and Bailey Brannon here at the front of the field.
I'm going to see what they could do. Sam Barossa is going to be one to watch. Jack Fallen in the chat says, last stop, let's go SDRL. I do not think we're going to go green, though, as the pace car takes that hard left turn to get out of these guys' way through the Juicy Spider Studios restart zone. Ladies and gentlemen, get off your seats and on your feet. We're back racing here in the Battle of the Leagues.
Sam Brochu with a mega jump. Bailey Brannon was asleep at the wheel. He's going to drop all the way back to third, but one thing I just noticed is Sam Brochu, the lone GLSR representative in your entire top 20.
That is the case there. He is carrying his league on his back right now. They're all rooting for him.
Robert Tester in a fight for second. He's got Bailey Brandon next to him there. Brandon, not a familiar face on the channel, but he's been familiar tonight, but cautioned back out again. Josh Gagnon involved. He sliding sideways across the track. Got the brakes locked down, though. Round of applause to the 79. Let's go back and see what started this whole thing.
Like I said, we're not going to stay green flag racing, folks.
4 wide action.
Oh, no,
Chad White gets turned.
He's fired. It may not have been his fault, but he's fired as he gets hit again. All right, Blake, you can go ahead and do it. You can go ahead and let him know, everybody.
I mean, with the whole court case dispositions and everything, we know how much these next gens cost, and Chad White just cost HMS TV a lot of money for this one-off entry.
The 88, though, just comes up the track, takes Chad out, and then everyone else is along for the ride. The 9 tries to put it in the wall to stay out of the way there, but the 36 of Chad White goes up into the wall.
I can just tell you, Christian, there's not a lot of tracks out there that you can comfortably go 4 wide. I don't think Vegas is on my list for those. Take a look at the chat. Jack Fallon saying, last stop, let's go Side Draft Racing League. Got a fan of them in the chat. Jason Rushing says, how do we find the High Side podcast? I want to check it out.
So you head on over to YouTube there. Let me get you a link in the chat.
While Christian does that, Brewer Plays in the chat. I believe that's Tyler Brewer saying, let's go Brochu. He's rooting him on, of course, as he runs the GLSR stuff over there. Ruben Rodos saying he just put his application in to be an HMS TV driver. I don't know about that one. Anyways, Caleb Fosnot also in the chat saying, let's go Brochu. So GLSR definitely has some support in the chat. We just got to see if they have it on the track. But Sam Brochu leads the way currently. Pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. Sam Brochu, Bailey Brandon, 20-lap old tires. You got 13 laps for Tester and Graham in 3rd and 4th. And a lot of the drivers behind them got even fresher stuff. Checking to see if I had any missed messages. I know my friend Christian Taylor here is shadow banned from the YouTube chat. They think he's a spammer. So if you don't see his message, make sure you go to the top of your chat box and change it from top chat to all chat. That is how you'll be able to see everybody that's chatting with us here tonight. Pace car lights are off once again as we're getting ready to go green for the 10th time tonight. Sam Brochu, Bailey Brandon, Robert Tester, Jesse Graham, Ryan Alsden. Currently the top 5 here on the track. Blake Hewlett, Keith Fallon, Stephen Evans, Terrence Murphy, Daniel Miglin round out your top 10. Christian, can you give me at least a noise to make me know you're alive?
I'm alive, having a technical issue right now. Jesse, you're going to have to take them green. I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right, thank you for the update. As mentioned, Sam Brochu, Bailey Brandon leads the way. That's going to be Great Lakes Sim Racing versus Side Draft Racing League. 2 zero torque drivers behind him in the 15 and the 22. That's Robert Tester and Jesse Graham, the 4th, as the pace car takes that hard left turn, and we're getting ready to go green one more time. We're going to go Harpoon Designs, bring the noise once again as they go through the Harpoon Design, or the Juicy Spider restart zone, rather. Green flag is back out here at Las Vegas. That was your Harpoon Design Bring the Noise once again from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 20 laps left in this event tonight. Sam Brochu leads the way. Something he's used to doing here on HMS TV. He's got about a half-second lead over Robert Tester and Bailey Brannon, who are fighting it out side by side right now for second. Robert Tester with the advantage right now. Terrence Murphy, though, makes his way back into top 5.
Hard racing, too, I'll say, Jesse.
Yeah, they're definitely scrapping right now. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. A lot of these guys trying to get up front and win this thing for their respective leagues. 6 different leagues battling it out. 43 people watching right now. For those at home, I'll bring up the key to the tower one more time to see where your favorite league is stacking up. I can tell you for one thing right now, there's a lot of pink and blue on that left side of your screen right now for Side Draft Racing League. Because there's a sandwich right there between the 62, 15, and 31. 3-wide racing. It's going to be for just inside your top 10 there. They settled it out, but that was close.
Yeah, that was some intense racing there.
That's Isaiah Waters from
It's
62
not
trying to
over.
make his way forward. 15's trying to dump him almost, and he gets dumped. 15's going around.
There he
Look out, he can't
goes.
save it.
Oh, the 01 involved there. Everybody lock it down.
Whoa.
Oh, man. Watch out. Oh, man. 99. Hard impact of the wall. We just couldn't hold the brakes there for some reason.
Diego Sainz kind of ironically gets smoked. Been a rough race for the 99, but we saw it happen, and Jesse Graham, the 15, getting turned around. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a view of it here from the Harpoon Design blimp. This might be a little too far back. It is. This is your 3-wide battle that kind of led to this with Jesse Graham, Isaiah Waters involved there. Let's go a little bit farther forward here. 15 and the 4
right there.
get together. The 01 of Akari King Wright, nowhere to go.
And we didn't watch the wreck at all. There we go.
As Christian knows and keeps roasting me for, I'm having some technical difficulties here, but I'm trying to work through it, okay?
Well, you know, we're going to call it out here. Call it out. So here, the 01, as we rewind a mile, going forward.
Okay,
The
you're
01.
fired. I don't even know if I have the authority, but you're fired.
So the 15 just gets turned by the 4. The 01 has nowhere to go. Wham! And then we're just watching the wreck happen. The 99 gets turned hard into the wall.
Definitely shaking things up. We go back live. Jesse Graham takes it to pit lane. New leader's going to be the 5 of Terrence Murphy. He's got Side Draft Racing League going to be breathing down his neck. Keith Fallon, Michael Prince, Daniel Miglin, 2, 3, and 4. With those, I must say, those are some beautiful pink, blue, and black rides there. Terrence Murphy might be shaking in his boots a little bit.
This 10th caution is brought to you by Down the Rabbit Hole Podcast. Head on over to YouTube, give them a subscribe, follow them on Facebook. While you're watching this Hutchinson Motorsports TV race with all the cautions, gives you a second to go over there and subscribe. Come right back over though. Subscribe so you can find them later and head on over to watch their latest episode over there, Down the Rabbit Hole Podcast, like I mentioned.
Getting some
Cool
good
broadcast.
representation here by the 87 of Brian Cook sitting on pit road. That's a sharp-looking ride. While we're shouting out podcasts, let's go through the list here. Jared Skinner, you see there on the 7. He's got the High Side podcast, something put together by the Juicy Spider Boys. Not sure where to find it. Give it a search. Hopefully you can find something on that. And let's just go to a random GLSR car here. 79 of Josh Gagnon. Don't believe there's anything on the car for it, but there is a GLSR and Friends podcast. I believe it's called something similar to that. GLSR and Side Quests podcast with 2 other drivers that put that on. There are all sorts of podcasts going on. I can't even hardly keep track. But we're getting ready to go green for the 11th time. Pace car getting ready to come off the track one more time. It's going to be... Just kidding, they're on the backstretch. I'm losing my mind.
We know.
I shouldn't be broadcasting at 6:15 p.m., but here we are. It's throwing me off. We check the chat real quick while we're under the caution here. Tyler Smith in the chat. Hi, Tyler. Good to talk to you, buddy. Saying SDRL with 4 of the top 9. Definitely a lot of pink and blue in that thing right now. Ruben Rodos saying, how is Superstar ARCA doing? Anyway, let's get back to it here. Getting ready to take the green flag for the 11th time. Base car getting ready to go off. Lap 86 of 100, getting ready to be 87. 13 laps to go in this thing. Getting down to the wire. They go to the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag out once again. Terrence Murphy. It's a big old jump. The 31, though, Michael Prince right on his tail. Gonna give him a race here at a turn 1. Terrence Murphy hoping this thing stays clean and green. He's led so many laps tonight. All he needs to do is get to the checkered flag. They're scraping the wall, swerving all over the place behind him. Might have 3 or 4 wide action back there. Hopefully we can stay green, although I got to be honest, I doubt it. Michael Harrington making his way forward. He's diving to the inside for second. Trying to maybe take this one away from his Average Joe's teammate, Terrence Murphy. Caution is out one more time here. Not sure what happened. Bailey
Let's take a
Brannon
look
is
there.
around.
Bailey. Just rolling here. We're going to be rewind. Florida State fan here. Not happy. Oh, my. Got a little
Look from the Harpoon
sideways.
Design blimp.
22 just gets tapped there.
Look out, look out, look out!
Luckily, they slid up on the track after everyone had passed. Bailey Brandon with a hard hit, though, when he gets back up. That car might be junk.
Yeah, he did get it back rolling, but it's definitely going to need some repairs there for that Florida State machine. Looked like him and the 22 were just kind of going for the same real estate, I think. As we're caution number 11 here, lap 89 of 100. If you're just now tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe button. Christian, do you know how many likes we got right now?
Let's just take a look. I haven't been paying all too much attention, but
I got you right here.
What? Hold
13.
on. No. We have 38 people watching, Jesse. I've seen as much as 50 people in here.
Yeah, this.
So tell me how many people. No, tell me how many people really have liked this stream. Tell me.
I think 13.
Okay. So, what? Ladies and gentlemen, how many times do we have to say it takes a second? If you've watched this stream for more than 5 minutes, obviously you like us enough to be able to do one little thing for us. So go down there, hit that like button. Come on, guys. Now, hey, Ruben Rodas just made a point. Let me say something. Hitting the heart button in the chat is not the same as liking the stream. Let me tell you that.
That's a good
There are
point.
2 separate buttons. There's 2 separate buttons. And see, the heart there just shows us that you're watching and we love to see them. But make sure you actually hit the like button on below the actual video.
It does mean a lot. If you haven't done it, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you go ahead and tune into the Discord. That's where a lot of the things related to this event are in currently. That's where you can tune into every HMS TV stream. Is always getting linked in our Discord and chat with a bunch of fellow drivers from a bunch of different leagues. In the chat, Austin Norris saying them side draft boys showing up tonight. They certainly are. 4 people there in the top 9 on the track. Definitely a good result towards the end of this thing. We'll see if they can hold on to those spots. Tyler Smith saying what up. It's good to see you. Sad you're not out on the track. I had you as an entry, but I don't know where you're at.
Tyler Smith, welcome. I see tomorrow night, and me and Jesse were wondering because we rarely keep track of where we're racing next. Unless it's a road course, then I'm practicing my tail off. But nonetheless, we'll be over at Texas Motor Speedway in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series tomorrow night. Blake in the booth, me and Jesse Becker on the track with Storm Motorsports. Of course, our teammates going to be with us, Steve Tucker and Frankie Barroso.
One of them two probably going to be fighting for the win while you and me just try to survive. That's generally how those races go.
Yeah, generally so. We do have a fifth teammate named Jack, but he's missing in action. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen Jack, let us know.
Yeah, his name's Jack Scoville. I think we're changing it to Jack No Shovel.
Yeah, Jack No Shovel indeed.
But Storm Motorsports,
I'm changing his
top of the
name
team
in
standings.
Discord.
You're changing it in Discord? Good. We needed that. But Storm Motorsports, top of the team standings in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Not by no means due to the free agents that we managed to bring in with Steve Tucker and Frankie Barroso. I mean, we definitely did not pay them contracts to rival that of Denny Hamlin for Joe Gibbs Racing.
No. Absolutely not.
They would be some high-dollar drivers for sure, but we're getting ready to drop the hammer for the 12th time. Lap 91 of 100, only 9 or 8 laps left to go, and it's going to be a good one. The 37/31 of Michael Prince next to the 5 of Terrence Murphy. They go into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag out again here in the Battle of the Leagues. Terrence Murphy gets a good jump. It's Battle of the Michaels for second. Michael Harrington, Michael Prince side by side, dooring each other, cutting into turn 1.
Three-way breakaway here, the 8 and the 31, beating and banging all the way through 1 and 2. Man, oh man, you have Prince on the high side getting the run, but the 8 will not be denied here. 8 involved in an incident earlier. It doesn't seem to be hurting it very much. Michael Harrington battling for the second position. Side by side, going to chase him all the way up the track. 31 down behind him. We're able to stay clean and green with 9 laps to go. No!
Brian Matthews is around. I'm sorry, he's not the one around. It's going to be Blake Hewlett is around. ZTRL machine spins her back straight. Let's see if we can get us a replay of it here. I think this might be a good spot. 3 wide out of
It's
turn
3
4
wide.
does not work.
13 just didn't seem to know that he was high side of 3, and
Let's rewind it here. Get a little bit better
maybe
look at it.
maybe one of these days we'll get to watch a wreck. Jesse's replays.
Yeah, don't blame me, blame the program, but the 13 on the top.
Oh man,
the worst end of that.
82. The 28, excuse me, had nowhere to go there. Brian Matthews from Zero Torque Racing had zero luck racing there.
Yeah, we'll hop on board with the 28 here, see what he sees.
He saw absolutely nothing but the 13 in front of him.
You reckon Blake Hewlett's flipping him off out the front windshield there?
Well, I don't think he's the one that needs to be blamed. Brian Matthews is not the one to blame there.
You're probably right. Blake Hewlett's catching the field. Some familiar faces at the front of the field. Terrence Murphy, Michael Harrington, 2 Average Joe's drivers. They get to battle it out on Thursday nights, and they're coming to battle it out here on a Sunday night. The rest of the top 5, though, nothing but pink and blue Side Draft Racing League cars behind him. Chris Essery for Stars and Stripes in 6th. Sam Brochu is slowly and surely making his way back forward. Man, he's like a bad cold. He just keeps on coming back no matter how often they try to get rid of him up here. And he's trying to make his way back forward. But will he have enough time? There's only going to be about 4 laps to go or so when we get back green.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know there is somebody from every league that is represented here tonight listening to the broadcast. I know there's somebody out from each league. I am going to make a voice channel, and I'm going to put it at the top above general chat. That is going to be your chance to join to get interviewed. If you don't have a link to the Discord, it's open. Anyone can get you a link. Try to get in there as fast as possible. I'm making the voice channel right now, and I'm going to put it over general text chat in HMS TV. That's how you're going to get interviewed here if you are the top 3 of this race, okay?
Yeah, and I know
Everybody,
that
we good?
Our race control here, Jason Rushing, he's probably listening himself right now. Go ahead and let the drivers know in the race yourself, if you don't mind, that if they get in the top 3 in this thing and they want to get an interview, they got to be in the Discord to do it. If they're not in the Discord, we're not going to be able to connect with them, so they're going to have to find their way in after the race. We'll give them a little bit of time, because obviously they can't join right now if they're not in it, but that's where the interviews will take place. If you're trying to shout out any sponsors or your league or anything like that, even your dog, I don't care. If you want to shout them out, you're going to have to be in the Discord.
It's a public channel up there. Like I said, well, it can't be above general. It's in the HMS TV category, the first category, okay? I'll be watching the joins to quickly get you in so you can see it. But you got to be there. If you're not in there, you're not getting interviewed.
As we've got just about somewhere around 30 cars left on track, just kind of guessing here off the numbers. There's several drivers out of this thing right now. JT Tinker, Douglas Ivey, currently not on the track. Ryan McClurg, Ruben Rodos, Daniel Monex, all out of this thing right now.
Man, oh man, what a battle this has been throughout all the laps. We're on lap 96, which is, the best car number, I might add. Lap 96 of 100. Coming around the lap 97, we're going to take the green flag. We're going to have 2 laps of green flag racing. 3 laps, excuse me, of green flag racing. Then the white flag waves. What will happen? Will we even get to it? We're about to find out live here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Battle of the Leagues. You have Side Draft Racing League, Zero Torque Racing League, Superstar ARCA, Great Lakes Sim Racing, Average Joes, and Stars and Stripes, all represented here in this heavy battle. You have Terrence Murphy and Michael Harrington side by side with Average Joes represented. Jesse, they're about to go green.
Will this be the finish, or will we have another restart? They go into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag is out once again. Terrence Murphy gets a great jump. Michael Harrington falling back. Michael Prince making his way forward. And Sam Brochu to the bottom, 3 wide, trying to make his way to the front of this field. He gets underneath the 40. They're going to be 3 wide there. That's for about 5th. The wrecking in the back. Hard call.
Gonna stay green for now.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, Sam Brochu. Oh, big wreck. Many contenders are taken out. I was just about to say Sam Brochu needed a wheelbarrow for his balls, but it does not work out.
He might have needed a wheelbarrow, but the wheel fell off of that thing, and he ended up catching the wall. Let's back that thing up once again, tune into the Harpoon Design blimp, and kind of see how this thing kicked off. I was worried about the car in the back, but that wasn't where the wreck started. It happened up here in the front of the field.
So Sam Brochu kisses the 40 a little bit in the turn. The 40 comes up the track, and the 8 just gets turned there. And man, oh man, from there, it hit the fan.
The 8 of Harrington was trying his best to stay up there towards the front of the field. We'll go ahead and back this thing up once again, and we'll ride on board with Michael Harrington, see what he saw throughout this whole thing. But he kind of gets caught up in what happened underneath of him there.
Yeah, he didn't even know it was coming until he was around. My, oh my.
Trying to wheel that thing, keep it straight, so he's trying to stay out of the way of people, not able to successfully do it. There's a lot of hurt race cars after that one. But Terrence Murphy probably licking his chops right now, as he knows a lot of his competition could have just bit the dust there with Sam Brochu and Michael Harrington getting involved in that one.
You have Average Joes leading the way. This will now be officially a green-white checker, but behind them, you have Michael Prince, Daniel Milligan, and Terry Vincent, all hungry. They're all from Side Draft Racing League, and I guarantee you they all individually want to win, but if they work together, if they could get to the bumper of Terrence Murphy, and a good old bump and run wins this thing for Side Draft Racing League.
As we get the flyby from the Lucky Dog, we're officially, as Christian mentioned, getting ready to head into NASCAR overtime tonight. We'll see which lap this thing ends up finishing on. Jay, in the chat, if you can hear me, buddy, tell me how many green-white checkered attempts we've got.
2.
We got 2 on tap, so this is going to be attempt number 1. If they can't get through it this time, we're going to have one more time at it. And if it's another wreck, then we might finish this thing under yellow. Hopefully that's not the case. So we take a look at the biggest gainers on the track right now. 2 Stars and Stripes teammates on the board. Chris Essery, Chad White. Essery up 31 spots. Michael Prince in second. He's up 30. Chris Mackey is back here in 15th, but he's up 22 spots there for the Side Draft Racing League. And Daniel Miglin up here in the 3rd spot. He's up 21. Go ahead and keep it on the HMS TV board here. The quickest drivers tonight. This is the fastest laps anyone has set. Terrence Murphy, no surprise. A 10th faster than anybody else tonight. Robert Tester, second fastest. Chris Essery, Bailey Brandon, Terry Vincent. Your 5 fastest one-lap cars tonight. Christian, this thing's getting exciting towards the end of this race.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, we have done 100 laps. It has been an intense battle of the leagues. It all comes down to this, or you know, the next green, white checker. But nonetheless, comes down to this. 5 leagues represented, practically 4 in the mix, possibly still to win. Who's it gonna be? Will Terrence Murphy win it for Average Joe Sim Racing League, or will the Hungry Side Draft Racing League behind them bring it home? We are about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to go green.
NASCAR overtime getting underway. Front row going to be Terrence Murphy, Michael Prince. Row number 2, Daniel Miglin, Terry Vincent. Row number 3, Chad White, Chris Essery. It's going to be Average Joe's versus Side Draft Racing League versus Stars and Stripes. The front of the field here. Pace car going to take the hard left turn, and they're going to head towards the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back out here at Vegas. Terrence Murphy getting some jump, a 3 wide. Going to be between the Side Draft Racing League cars there. They get it straightened back out. Daniel Miglin going to lead the way for them, but Terrence Murphy gets a huge jump, up 0.3 of a second already.
That is not what they wanted to have happen. They did not need Terrence Murphy to get the breakaway there, as there is chaos happening in the back. We're not going to take a look at that. We're going to keep our eyes up here on the front with 2 laps to go. Through turns 3 and 4, heading through the triangle. Will the white flag fly? Yes, it will. Terrence Murphy takes the white flag here in the battle of the leagues. Is it going to be Average Joe Sim Racing's own Terrence Murphy through the final turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch for the last time? Jesse, I hand it over to you.
Terrence Murphy's only got 2 more corners to go before he cements Average Joe's name in the record books as the winner of the Battle of the Leagues here, side by side behind him for Side Draft Racing Leagues. But it doesn't matter. Terrence Murphy brings it home from Average Joe's in the Battle of the Leagues. Side Draft Racing League sweep the rest of the podium. Akari King Wright finishes out the top 5 for 0 torque.
Man, oh man, what a battle. That was an intense. What happened at the end there, unfortunately, at that restart? Jesse, let's go ahead and rewind it back to that restart, okay? I want to see what happened with the Side Draft Racing League cars there. Oh, well, let's not miss the burnout, though.
Well, yeah, we'll roll back real quick and take a look as you see the Side Draft Racing League cars trying to get going.
The 31 just couldn't get shifting.
And it just kind of ruined the entire race for everybody.
Man, oh man. And here it is. Burn it down, Terrence Murphy. You are the Battle of the Leagues champion.
He is the only one that can say that, as this is the first time this event has gone on here on HMS TV. I'm sure it won't be the last, as fun as this has been for everybody involved. Thank you for everybody that tuned into this race tonight. Look out! Don't interrupt the burnout. As you see, got some observers there. Akari King Wright, of course, congratulating Terrence Murphy a little bit. He may be racing for ZTRL, but these guys are all good friends. Akari King Wright, a common driver you see on Thursdays, celebrating a little bit, even though he didn't win. He got himself a top 5, though.
Jesse, I got an idea. If we change Discords, is it going to mess your broadcast up?
I don't think so, as long as I have access to it.
Oh, do you see over in the Average Joe's, do you see everybody in there?
Well, I see the race winner.
I think we're just going to pop over there. I'll warn them. Come over a few seconds after me, okay?
Okay. We're going to hop in live to a voice chat with about 8 people in it. I'm not going to question my co-host here. We'll see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are over in the Average Joe Sim Racing League Discord with our race winner here tonight, Terrence Murphy. This is Blake and Christian. You got a coffee on us?
More or less. What's going on, boys?
Okay.
I got no voice.
Yeah, it's got no
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Terrence Murphy doesn't seem to be feeling too well, but he won this thing sick. So what does that say about the rest of the people out here?
Yeah, honestly.
It's the Michael Jordan flu game. No problem, boys.
Absolutely. Well, Average Joe Sim Racing League, we're here in their Discord. Well, we got to say a big old congratulations to them all. You know, even though Terrence Murphy was the one to bring it home, you are the league that reigned victorious here tonight.
Hell yeah. Average Joe's on top. Yeah, that's cool. That's some really good speed all the way around. Everybody was running really good. It was a real cutthroat race. I got tight there. I unfortunately took myself out of the contention, and then, it was a battle all race long for all of us. But, yeah, feels good to bring the trophy home for the Average Joes on this one.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. That was voice of Brian Cook, their admin over here in the Average Joe Sim Racing League. So before we head on back out, does anybody else in the Average Joe Sim Racing have any shout outs they want to do? Or Terrence Murphy, if you could get any shout outs out for us?
More or less, but Jen and Alex at home, hell yeah, we won it again.
All righty. And Brian Cook, we'll give you a chance to go ahead and give a shout out for your league.
Yeah, got a great group of guys, really competitive. It's was cool to Jason to put this on. This was his idea. We had a pretty good show. Appreciate all the other leagues showing up too. We kind of knew what this was going to be, and it was going to be a knockdown, drag out. Maybe we'll put one on again. Hopefully, go a little bit cleaner. But yeah, I can't say enough about Average Joe's and all the guys in it, man. Got a great group of guys over here.
All righty, Jesse, you got anything else before we head on back to the broadcast booth?
No, I just got to say congratulations to everybody in here for showing up tonight and having a good race, and especially congratulations to you, Terrence. You were the fastest all night, and it got a little questionable there when you got caught up in a little bit of action after your pit stop, but you made it back towards the front, and you just got to say great drive by you tonight.
Thanks, brother.
All righty, well, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me and Jesse 1 second as we head back to the broadcast booth. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All righty, Jesse. What an event that was. Unfortunately, we do got to say that we don't have anybody from the Side Draft Racing League here in our Discord. And then I'm not in their Discord. Me and Jesse aren't to be able to pop over to them like we were with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. But,
yeah, we can't interview them, but I do got to say they definitely, they definitely showed up. There's a lot. Like, to have second, third, and fourth, obviously it ain't the win, but that's still a pretty impressive showing for your league to come out here with these 6 leagues and have 3 of the top 5. And, of course, Akari King Wright rounding out your top 5 for Zero Torque, Robert Tester as well up there. And Stars and Stripes to pull out 2 of your top 10 spots is pretty impressive, knowing that they only had 5 guys out here, and 2 of them were absolute what's the word I want to use? They were kind of the pinball throughout this whole thing. Brian Zamora and JT Tinker kind of got slapped around early, but Chris Essery and Chad White, kind of pulled it together, brought out 2 top 10s for Stars and Stripes.
Absolutely. It was just an intense race overall. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who came in and watched. And stay talking in the chat. Connor Gerard, of course, always a shout out to you. I see a lot of other names in the chat. You have Bug Seer over there, Chris Essery fan, Austin Norris, G Double, of course, Jay Russian there. Put on the show. I got to say thank you to everyone in the chat here tonight.
Yes, big thanks to everybody. If you're still here and you haven't done it yet, go ahead and hit that like button for us. It shows the stream to new people. We can get more people involved with this whole thing we got going on here at HMS TV. Hit that subscribe button. We just recently got over 1K subscribers, and we're trying to keep going even further. So do that for us. It'll definitely help. And go ahead and check out the Discord. As mentioned, the link is in the description. If any of these Stride Draft Racing League guys are watching or tuned in, go ahead and get the word out there that you might not be broadcasted by HMS TV, but that doesn't mean you can't be in our Discord. It's open to anybody, fans, other race fans, other leagues. It doesn't matter. Just come and hang out with us. If you would have been in the Discord, we could have got you here on the stream. You could have shouted out your league, but for next time, we'll definitely get the word out there a little bit sooner for these guys as far as that goes. But I just got to say, thank you, Christian, for coming and hanging out with me. You've mentioned during a couple of the breaks how weird it's going to be to end a broadcast and then have to go and cook dinner. So thanks for coming and being discombobulated with me and keeping my sanity when my stuff isn't working how it should. I mean, let's be real, it never does work exactly how it should, but I got to say,
I'm proud of your computer's CPU tonight. It didn't have an aneurysm at all, so that's good. We didn't have disco cars.
If we didn't have disco car, if the worst thing that happens is that my software doesn't tell me when a wreck happens, I'm cool with that. That being the worst thing that happens, that's a win in my book.
A win indeed. Well, Jesse, I think it's about time we tell the fans to have a good evening, good night, whatever you want to call it. Of course, what a good race this was here. And one last shout out to Harpoon Designs on the blimp. Always, you see the shot right now above the track here at Las Vegas. Head on over to harpoondesign.com right now. Place your order for your NASCAR dirt car style paint. Paint started just $25. And then if you need a good intro for your YouTube channel, head on over to Juicy Spider Studios. Link in the description, or you can check them out on YouTube and such. Give them a shout out. Juicy Spider Studios. Jesse, I'm rambling on. Back to you.
All right, we'll cut the rambling and just say thank you for one more time for everybody that tuned in tonight. For Christian Taylor, it's Jesse Becker up here in the booth. Watch us on the track tomorrow night in the Flem Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series. That's where you'll see us next. Blake will be back on the call, done with his little vacation or whatever he's got going on. But thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching. Let's let Larry Mack just give y'all a reminder on what you're supposed to do before we close this thing out here tonight.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
42 right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk! It's a parking lot! They door slam each other! Checkered flag in the air! It's gonna be too close to call! Oh, he just got smoked! Oh my goodness! He got dumped in racing! Caution is out! Oh! He's dead! He's dead! Toward each other with their junk